Hello, my name's Laurel, and I thought today we'd go through the social media strategy for financial services. It's a question I get asked quite often in the workshops, which is how to do more than just have a whole bunch of content or an influencer list or analytics, but how to bring it all together as a strategy. So let's get going. The first thing we're going to do is split up our target audiences into two types. One is the visual images called the visual story type, and they like videos, that sort of thing. And the other type of audience is a text audience, and they like in-depth articles and white papers and research papers. And the reason we do this is because the social media algorithms of Facebook and LinkedIn identify the primary type of information people like to receive and then only deliver them that kind of information. So take your audience, split them into two. With our psychographics, we need to take a group like retirees and split them up into all the different types of psychographics that sits under the demographic of retirees. So for financial services, you're looking at, and these are the terms that Facebook's data partners use: provincial, wealthy, prudent, nostalgia. They're the coupons and the people that are looking forward to pension day. You've got your ex-directors, which are usually called golden days or something like that. We have aging comfortably, also known as smart townies. They're the people that downsize and move to cultural centres. The provincial wealthy, by the way, are tree change. They retire to the country, or maybe they lived in the country and are now fairly well off, and so on and so forth. I mean, there's lots of these, and I'm sure you've got a list of all of them. But the algorithms on social media mark out the different audiences, and you have to identify those in your strategy. Then I would take it in the strategy document further, and I would split it up into the 5 primary audience types. One is preferred audience, which is for the channel, so for the Instagram account or for the Facebook page. The algorithm chooses one audience and then discounts the others. I would then do the target audience, which is for each article, each post, each whatever it is you're doing, and recognize that the algorithm will then identify posts and identify them for people within that group. The custom audience are the audiences that you create from people that came to your website or enrolled in an event or webinar, or people who are subscribers on your email list, so you can upload those to the social media platforms. So we need a list of those. We also need, there's quite a few, saved audiences, which really are custom audiences. These are ones you personally customize, so they're not built organically from people that visited your website, but this is where you go in and say, I want to identify people who live in these suburbs and drive this kind of car and shop at these places and buy these brands and watch these TV shows and have this income and this investments, and you identify all of those. So that's they're on the platforms, although we might call them custom audiences, they call them saved audiences, where you create and save an audience. And lastly is the auto-generated one, which is the lookalike audience. These are where the algorithm says, I know who your channel's for, who the post is for, and what you've been uploading, and now I can go and find, I guess, strangers, people who haven't known you yet, loved you yet, and the algorithm will go find those people.
Hello, it's Future Laurel here. Just a quick note to let you know that the video ended up being over an hour long, about an hour, so about the length of a keynote. So I've decided to edit it, cut it up into different parts, and you are very welcome to join me in part 2, which has to do with mapping what type of content for which audiences. Now that we've covered target audiences, let's look at the content, purpose and values. Why would people want to connect with you? Thank you.